嗨，大家好，我是 Enzu，欢迎回到 Kingdom Come Deliverance。今天就是做攻城的最后准备了。接下来的话，我需要去把能量药剂做完，然后我看一下，是不是应该要去锻炼一下自己的战斗能力呢？是不是呢？我的战斗能力好像有点弱。总算做完60瓶了，花多时间？花好多时间啊！睡个觉，之后就回去吧。睡觉之后存档一下，再来就是把60瓶药水交回去。哦，交给你吗？巴纳德长官。
Jesus Christ be praised.
就是这个。
This might help, and there's plenty of it.
It certainly is. To get all those poured into a keg. But if it works, I'm in your debt.
I just want to make sure we get rid of those bastards holed up in the castle.
No more than I do, lad.
And to see Istvan hang from the highest tower.
最高的塔上。
Well, I would if I wasn't on duty.
为此喝上一杯。终于把东西都处理好了。之后呢？吉塞尔大人。
What is your impression of Master Keyser?
Sir Hanush thinks he's insane. As crazed as all those dung-smeared fools reciting the New Testament backwards in the street.
But what do you think?
Sometimes I think a little craziness is no bad thing. Master Keyser's seen and lived through a lot in his time in foreign lands.
火箭啥的。
Rockets he was talking about.
It all sounds like the babbling of a madman.
Maybe. But I'd like to see them. Shooting off.
你在说烟火吗？
Through the sky like comets.
烟火吗？
I'm sure they'd be a sight to behold.
先，我记得有一个箱子可以让我放东西，然后我还要吃个饭。先让我放个东西。诶，箱子不见了。不见了，不见了，箱子。现在的话，诶，他没有把能量药剂拿走啊！这么多瓶要我怎么办？要我怎么办？也太多了。这样子的话，该怎么办呢？没有我的箱子吗？之前那个箱子为什么被搬走了？这样的话，总算，接下来就是看投石机的测试了。投石机出现了，接下来就是要进行测试吗？任务写说，任务是看投石机测试。
What the hell?
要找谁？是要找后面那个人吗？直接进动画吗？开始了，要进测试了吗？小灰在那里很危险。总觉得在这里的动画特别会卡卡的。
Now, let's see how strong those walls are.
要开始了吗？第一发， 嘣，发射。那只鸡好可怜哦。
That was just the first shot. The trebuchet has to be calibrated.
太
That's perfectly.
太尴尬了，
I'll have the range in no time.
可怜的小鸡，还要再调整。这样子，这样的话，怎么了吗？
Move.
突然发生什
Damn
么
it,
事
I
了
have？to get to Sir Divish. Sir. They're coming. There's no time.
Someone bring
有人要来
water.
了，
Breathe, man. You'll be all right. Who's coming?
There's an army on the way,
军队，
and they're carrying the colors of Havel Medic of Valdek.
瓦尔德
And they're very
克哈维尔是
Havel
谁？
Medic. He's surely not coming to help us.
Not that bastard. I have a score to settle with him.
谁？有军队来袭！赶快，紧急会议！
Gentlemen, Toth's reinforcements are about to descend
后
on
路
us.
That swine.
How many men?
We don't know exactly, but there are many, and they will probably be here by
哦
dawn.，
So soon?
这么
How is it
这么
that
快
we？knew nothing about this before?
The whole land is in chaos. It's a wonder we can find out anything at all.
If they attack from the rear,
We'd be finished, just as Toth has been planning.
The sneaky weasel.
he's been one step ahead of us the whole
老
time.
狐狸，
Not this time, though.
What are you thinking?
Robard, how do you think the weather will be tomorrow?
Well,
天
sir,
气
if my joints don't deceive me, and they rarely do, it'll rain.
会下
Rain
雨。
buckets.
Here. We'll make a stand here, I and Radzig's men. You will wait until they charge us, and
冲
then
锋
strike
的
them
时
from the
候
rear.
从后部
Here
夹击他们。
and here. If we succeed, we'll have it over and done with before they notice anything in Townburg.
It might just work. But we'll have to leave someone in the encampments in case they do come out of Talberg.
A few men will be all I need.
精
That
兵
depends on whether you can hold out. We don't even know how many there are.
We will hold out.
坚持到底。
I'll give the orders to my men.
We will be ready.
所以说我要做什么？腹背受敌，我要做什么呢？
I wanted to go with the Skalitz men.
I need more than that from you.
More, sir?
更需要
If we can't hold out at the quarry, we're finished. You, I, Hanish, and Radzik. And since Hanish is commanding the flank attack, Radzik is captive and I'm wounded. Captain Robard will be leading on the field.
Of course. Who better?
There's no question Robard's a good commander. But many of the men will be from scouts.
哦，
We need someone there who knows them and has their respect.
Sir?
应该不是说我吧？
I mean you, Henry.
是我？
That is...
可是我不是他们的英雄。呗。我吗？
Sir, do you really think I'm someone the men could look up to?
Henry, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't even be here today.
真的吗？
Everyone knows that, except you, it seems.
我也
In
不
the
知道
battle,
啊，
you and a group of Skalitz
我也不
will
知
be
道。
concealed in the woods over the road.
But sir, I think I should...
林子
Quiet.
里
Don't underestimate the task I'm setting you. You'll have to keep nervous men on a short rein and not attack too soon. And then conduct the attack on the rear
侧
so
翼
fiercely and quickly that the foe has no chance to react. If the line should
是我
start
变
to
成
break,
埋伏队
you
之类
need
的吗？
someone with their head firmly on their shoulders to keep control of the men.
Very well, sir.
That's what I like to hear. When you're ready, go and join the Skalitz men. They'll be mustering in the woods
马
above the road.
太的路旁的林子。所以说，
If you thought you'd be spending the whole season
准备好就去
sitting on
战
your
场，
asses playing dice and swilling ale.
就是这边吗？
Hold.
现在躲起来的状态吗？
Easy, easy.
我怎么觉得我比较显眼？
Easy, man.
好多人哦。
Not yet.
敌人也太多了吧？
Just a little longer.
Fuck, there's a lot of them.
然后呢？
Damn it! They were expecting us! First troops to the bridge! Break through! Vanguard! To the left! And the rest, come with me! We'll flank the bastards!
At them! Charge! Grind those horses into the dirt!
换了头盔，我不习惯。哦，好困难。支援汉纳什大人，现在是什么？
To the bridge! We have to help them!
上桥。稍等一下。 需要喝个药剂。现在要做的是什么？支援汉纳什大人。这是我们自己人还是敌人啊？怎么了吗？这是成功的意思吗？
Here's their leader.
哦，
What? This boy?
You should show a little more respect, Divish. You'll
Oh.
need it when you kneel before
这个不是那个厄里克吗？还是厄里什么的？
Istvan, you say? Not Sir Istvan? Or Lord Toth? Just how intimate are the two of you?
嗯，
I know him.
果然是厄里克啊！
Toth's captain and right-hand man.
Finally, some good news. Shackle him and guard him closely.
又怎么了？
Those bastards want to destroy our trebuchet.
又有事情了，没完没了。接下来要保护投石机吗？守住投石机吗？应该可以骑马吧？决定要，那个是，哦，在这里，骑个马。怎么了吗？为什么好像卡住的感觉？发生什么事？不能骑吗？好像不行耶。好吧，只好用跑的了。那边是谁？路上好像有人。哦，进攻！ 再继续跑，应该是往山上跑吧。稍微看一下自己的能力一下，攻击力可以再用一个，次左右下，学这个好了。还有什么可以学的吗？看一下，力量，学个重拳出击。然后活力，学个幽灵，回血用的幽灵，应该在上面。戴着头盔有点看不清楚。这边走吗？敌人呢？敌人呢？这边也有，这解决掉了，这解决掉了，成功了。守住投石机了吗？哇，好强！守下来了。还好投石机没事，应该没事吧
Well,
the damage isn't too serious.
so we can shoot.
Not just yet.
还不能。
Sir, what are we waiting for?
You've heard his threats, Robard. Do you want him to kill Radzik and my wife? We have to consider all our options.
考虑周全。
And it would be a shame to destroy the castle, too. But how do we get that rat out of there?
怎么把它弄
I
走？
might have a solution. What about exchanging hostages?
交换人质。之前抓到这一位，
He was the captain at Vranyik, and he brought Ishtvan's reinforcements here. He seems to be on very intimate terms with Toth. He might be able to tell us something.
也许对托斯来
He
说很
might
重
even
要。
be as valuable to his lord as Lady Stephanie and my father are to us.
You're your father's son, by God.
You're a godsend, lad. You're right. We'll interrogate this whoreson, and
表
then
情
decide what to do next. Come to my tent when you've rested.
部署会议。现在要做什么？先部署会议，收件。部署会议在这边，有没有可以磨刀的地方？总觉得需要磨个刀。吃个饭好了。磨刀，磨刀。先去磨个刀。接下来就是开会了。开会时间。
Start talking. God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
I won't betray my lord.
Sir, I met the parish priest of Uzhets, and I must say he's a very interesting man.
I should
很
say
有趣。
so. Have you ever seen him at swordplay?
Not
bad for a man of the cloth, is he?
你也认识吗？
Rumor has it, when he finished his studies at the university where his father sent him, he decided the religious life wasn't for him and vanished to foreign parts.
我记得之前有人跟我讲过他的故事。
I even heard he fought against a Turk at the Battle of Kosovo, and then he suddenly came back and settled down here. No doubt it cost his family plenty, but he's a fair man and I'm fond of him. There's a lot to be said for a priest with a good understanding of vice.
现在不是这个的时候。
Well now, Eric. It is Eric, isn't it?
厄里克。
The boot's on the other foot this time, doesn't it? Fuck you. You need to change your tone. If you start being nice, you might just come out of this alive. So now I'll ask you a few questions, and you better think carefully about how you answer them.
托斯是个什么人？你们追随谁？他问什么？托斯是什么人吗？
He's an orphan, same as me.
孤儿。
The Turks killed his parents, so he started killing Turks.
突
Sigismund
厥人
needed men
吗？
like that, so Istvan ended up in his service.
你们追随谁？
Are you really that clueless? To destroy Wenceslas's allies, you.
有的我好像没办法获胜嘞。他为谁卖命？
Take his orders from?
Are you stupid?
西格斯蒙德。有的他好像不会跟我讲。这爱心跟武力的。
I won't waste any more time on you. You could have saved yourself, but apparently you value your master's skin more than your own.
I don't need to save myself.
Hmm?
Istvan will save me. And he'll kill every last one of you.
Why should he save you?
什么？为什么？
He'll sacrifice you just like everyone in Vranjik and Pribyslavitz. You're nothing but a common bandit.
也没什么特别的。
Anything. He'll come for me, and
为什
anyone
么？
who lays a finger on me will pay dearly.
没有那么重要吗？
Now I'm curious. Why would he care that much about you? Could it be your lovers?
You'd
恋
never
人。
understand.
For a while there, I thought we'd get nothing out of him. But in the end, he spilled his guts.
I thought you were much too easy on him. But it seems your approach was the right one. Well done, lad. Anyway, it's clear that young fellow is no ordinary brigand. And he believes Toth cares about him. We'll just have to see if the bastard cares as much about him as Divish does about his wife and you about your father.
所以就这样。
Well, Divish, I think the time has come to
接下来
find
就
out
是
just how much Toth values
这
our
人
hostage.
质。
Do you want to parley with him yourself?
I think I'll leave that to you, Hanish.
So be it. I'll do my utmost. Bring the hostage below the battlements.
试试看。如何呢？
Sir Istvan!
What is it? Did our neighbourly visit catch you unprepared?
A little, but we've settled in nicely. And this fellow is enjoying our company so much, we simply can't get rid of him.
这是什
It
么
seems
反应
we
呢？
are in similar situations. Perhaps it's time to send our respective guests home.
Not a chance.
Hmm?
Do you take me for a fucking fool?
他反应好激烈哦。
If anything happens to Eric, I'll let every manjack here have his way with this bitch,
Wow.
and I'll dice Kobila into goulash meat.
Nobly
反应好激烈哦。
spoken, Your Grace. But for all I know, you may have done that already.
Divish, I'm sorry.
怎么了吗？
Greetings, friends. Fear not, Lord Toth is treating us like royalty.
原来是证明他们还活着。
They're unharmed, as you can see. But don't try any tricks or they won't be for long, Hanush.
这下该怎么办？
It seems your lord doesn't place any great value in you, boy.
Go to hell.
I'm sorry. It looks like it's not going to be that
没有
easy.
想象中那么容易。
Well, at least we know they're alive. I didn't expect much of it anyway.
至
We
少
won't
还活
harm them
着。
as long as we have this fellow.
接下来呢？
Well, friends, what do you suggest?
I'd say we have
建
no
议
choice but to attack.
只能进攻了。
It's a great risk, Robard, with Stephanie and Radzig inside.
I know how you feel, sir, but Toth is no fool. They are his last safeguard. He will do nothing to harm them until he is sure of victory.
Would you be saying that if it were your wife inside?
Or your father?
Well, let me point out that we have no choice anyway. We don't have enough supplies to keep men here for weeks, while gangs of brigands and Sigismund's army roam the countryside. Toth won't agree to an exchange, and even if he did, we'd have to let him go. With all his men, he'd be a thorn in our sides till Judgment Day.
Sir, a message has arrived.
What is it?
信使
Margrave Jobst is approaching with his retinue and wants to speak with you.
边境伯
Jobst,
爵
you say? All right.
约布斯特
What is he doing here?
又是谁？
Who's Jobst?
Jobst of Luxembourg is cousin to King Wenceslas and Sigismund.
堂兄
He's the Margrave of Moravia.
Only a year ago, he was collaborating with Sigismund and the League of Lords. He betrayed King Wenceslas and his ally Prokop. Now, he's changed sides, appointed himself the leader of the rebellion against Sigismund, and wants to liberate
怎么
Wenceslas.
会这样变来变去的？
The wind blows.
Nevertheless, it seems a decision is made for us. We don't want Jobst camping with us in front of our own castle like a band of gypsies.
I'm afraid you're right,
主要
Hans.
进攻了。
All right. We'll let the men rest a while and then attack. Come to me when everything is ready.
准备进攻。何时进攻？询问何时进攻？看我需要做什么？需要做什么呢？何时进攻？一诺千金。要直接进攻吗？还是休息一晚？现在没什么能量了，睡个觉吗？白天再进攻。找戴维斯大人，准备出发。
I'm glad you came.
随时效
At your
劳。
service, sir.
I'm about to give the order to bombard
炮
Talmberg.
击塔尔木堡，
And since it's mainly thanks to you that we still have a trebuchet,
放第一
I
炮。
think you should have the honor of the first shot.
我不知道该怎么做。
Sir, I have no idea how.
Master Keyser and Master
已经
Fafar
计
have
划周
prepared
全
everything.
了。
There's nothing to it. The men will load the trebuchet. All you have to do is pull the lever.
Well, I suppose I could manage that.
Then we'll bombard Talmberg for several days. Sir Robard will explain what comes next.
所以我要做什么？现在我相信我们有能力征服塔尔木堡了。
Load the trebuchet.
要准备发射了吗？现在的任务是什么？
God save you, Henry.
来见证这一刻，要有一点距离。不用降下来吗？开始动作了。哦，2个人卷绳子， 太阳光出来了，好亮。感觉很困难。终于下来了。哦，
Welcome, Henry.
就这样子。然后呢？直接发射就好了吗？直接发射吗？咻！然后呢？然后呢？石头呢？打到了。接下来的行动，问一下，可以训练诶。防御、剑术，这不用了。怎么了
Divish said,
Sir Divish.
Sir Divish said you tell me what happens next.
We're going to watch Istvan shitting himself.
That's all.
就这样。
For a few days at least. So if you have anything to attend to, now's the time.
还要等几天
Just don't forget to come back.
还要再等。还要多久？等待2天的轰炸结束，所以我现在要等2天喽，是这个意思吗？是这样吗？出发了。
Are we prepared to lay siege?
准备。
There's no reason to wait. Are you really ready? If you need to rest or anything, we can still wait. You won't have another chance until we've won the day.
战死沙场。我准备好了。
Glad to hear it.
很好。下雨天进攻。北门和西墙。云梯。攻占外墙。 拿下内城，最终打到城堡内部及塔楼，攻打城墙、城门。只先把城门轰掉。箭雨。闸门。
Fortunately, it's wooden, so we'll be able to break it down. But dealing with the defense in the bailey won't be easy.
那西墙。
What's the plan for attacking the west wall?
First, we have to get men to the wall with ladders,
城墙
which is no easy matter under fire. So we'll need as many men covering them as possible.
掩护的人手。
As soon as the ladders are in place, our foot soldiers will run up and try to scale the wall.
占领
Once a
城
few
墙
of them get to the battlements, we should quickly gain the upper hand.
如何攻占？
Either by scaling the west wall, or our men at the gate will help. If they can break through, that is.
大门吗？那城墙呢？
That will be tough. Even if we get through the gate and into the outer bailey, we're still a long way from victory. The castle is designed so we'll be like hens in a coop to anyone with a bow on the inner battlements. We'll have to either fight our way through, or somehow get around them.
箭雨。 居住区。
What about the living quarters?
There, I'm worried most about the hostages. Once we're
人
inside,
质。
Istvan will know defeat is inevitable, but we'll still have to fight for each and every room.
我已经了解
I
了。
think I've heard everything I need to know.
Do you want to join the attack on the walls or
城
on
门
the
的
gate?
进攻还是城墙的袭
Many
击
of？the Skalitz men will follow you. It could make a big difference.
I'll help with the attack on the walls.
进
I'm
攻
proud
城
of you,
墙。
Henry. You've changed from an insolent pup into a tough, reliable fighter. And as God is my witness, you will kick those whore sons' arses.
A village lad and an old soldier.
农家子弟跟个老兵。
Shaking in his boots.
If he's not shaking, then he doesn't know what he's got coming. Just one last thing, though. No matter how
周密的计划也赶不上变化。
Keep your eyes open.
时刻警觉，随机应变。
Help your comrades and don't go rushing in where you're outnumbered.
不要自己被包围。慢慢的拿下城堡，一步接一步。记住了。祝你好运。要来了，进攻的时刻吗？进攻的时刻到了吗？咻，打得中。哦，打中就直接开门了。那怎么做到的？突袭城墙，进攻！进攻！进攻！嗯？怎么回事？我怎么？哦，有弓箭手。进攻！进攻！他们真的是被射中的吗？还是什么情况？我怎么都没看到箭矢？爬这边好了。战斗升级，还有吗？稍等一下，战斗往这边跑吗？哦，怎么突然出现？真是困难。敌人也太多了。
We've got them! And now from the south, we'll charge them from the rear!
力量有升级吗？力量15，继续跟着跑。人手好像越来越少了。接下来要进攻了。 成功了！哦，突然升级好多技能。太多人了，又有一点卡卡的。这个人是他的家人，所以他们躲在里面吗？我们已经闯进来了。
Sir, we should give the
闯进来了。
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one.
Don't tempt fate, Hanush.
Istvan! It's over! You want us to come and get you?
I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzik? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way.
大势已
It's
去
been
了，
a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies
补
here.
给丰富。
Grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, we're all noblemen here. All bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
贵族的承诺吗？
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
林子里
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return,
安全度过这
I promise
片
you safe
领土
passage
的
to
边
the
境。
boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
上帝的旨意。
Very well then, but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship,
护卫
but Radzig comes with me. I'll release him in Skalitz.
斯卡
Out
里
of the
斯，
question. Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I
好
get
平
to
滑
a
的
safe
脸。
distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll
马
come
匹和
down.
补给品。
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks his truce answers to me.
So, are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar.
杀了
Good men
魔
are dead because
骗
of
子
him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor.
If you
荣
let
誉
him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. Then he'll get a taste of my mace.
If we break our word of
荣
honor,
誉比较重
we
要。
have none. And without honor, we are nothing. Never fear. Your father will be all right.
老一辈跟年轻一辈的想法好像不太一样耶。
Bring the horses.
Here she is, as I promised.
承诺
Not a hair on her head.
毫发无损。
Divish,
Stephanie.
forgive me, husband. I'm sorry
For what?
for letting them into the castle.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Never mind.
没关系，
No,
没关系。平滑手术，突然长出
I
胡
hope
子
your。word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
跟踪也不
We
行。
won't.
My apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough.
他会信守承诺吗？
I almost forgot.
这把剑可以还给我吗？
Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to. Actually, you know what? I think I'll keep it as a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it. Yeah!
太激，这个人真的是
Quick! To the battlements! We have to see which way they go! Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz.
所以有信守承诺吗？
You've heard what he'll do if we follow them. We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
赶快去接人，要去接老爸，所以要去斯卡里斯找人喽。
What do you think? Will Toth keep his word?
不知道。
He's a noble, right?
Yes. So am I.
So Radzik will be there.
他要这样一直卡在那里多久？
What will you do now?
Not long ago, I only made plans 3 days ahead at most. Maybe I really could do something for Ratte and its people. Something really big.
他这样卡
But
住，
there'll be plenty of time for that later.
他这样卡住要怎么？
Yeah! Learn to ride a horse. The way
诶，突然又跑了。
This is quite a turnaround,
变化
isn't
真
it?
大，不是吗？
What do you mean?
什么意思
How？long have we known each other? A few weeks?
Something like that.
Before that, I was chasing wenches around Ratte
花萝
and
卜
taking turnings. And now look at us, a pair of veterans.
两个老兵，
I was an apprentice blacksmith, not a turnip digger.
铁匠学徒。
Same difference, you silly bugger.
What should I say to him?
Don't worry, it'll come to you. You'll see.
等着瞧吧。
Well, I just hope he'll be there. Alive.
平安无事比较重要。哦，原来还有其他人。
There's no sign of them. Move on.
继续前进。在那里。
I'm glad to see Istvan kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be
北边。
careful, Sir Hans.
往北
Fear
边。
not, Your Grace. I've twice as many men as he.
2倍人手吗？
I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other. Let's go!
出发吧！
Are you all right, Father?
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
抢走马匹。
It looks like it's all over.
那边是哪里？
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
And catch that bastard. How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
为什么不动手呢？ 荣誉，
Honor.
荣誉。
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
一切都
Where's
是
the
荣誉。
honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it
年
is.
少无知，
We were young. It happened.
平
I
民吗
couldn't？marry a commoner.
所以老妈到底是谁？
Your father, I mean Martin,
哦，
came along and took care of both of you.
终于懂了。
He knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
I know so little about his past.
过去
He told you nothing.
什么都没有讲，
Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him.
也很像他
When。he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
In a war?
战争
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
铁匠老爸
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
不够格。
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah. The sword.
那把
It's
剑
not
怎么
my
了？
sword.
嗯？
It's yours.
什么？
For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
后
It
悔
was
药
almost
是什么？
within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over,
所以
unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who tore at Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his
嗯
name.
谁？马克瓦尔
Mark Vart von Aulitz.
冯奥利
Those
茨
are。noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
其他东西，比如
Look
说
around you.
蓝
Blue
天、
skies overhead, green
暖
grass
阳、
underfoot, beautiful
美女、好酒、
girls.
好友、神话。
Good
神话
wine.
是什么？
A few good friends
好
and a
人还有
fine
战马。
steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did.
血债血偿，
But it's better not to dwell too much on that.
生活中的
Cost of
风
those
景
other。things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
圣殿骑士团的作风，
One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front.
什么东东？
It's like I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller.
再小一
My
点。
word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
怎么有一大群的
I think I know. It's
约
Margrave
布斯
Yops.
特伯爵？
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
真相马上就会大白了。真相，就这样结束了吗？直接跳到跑马灯了，结束了吗？先让他跑一下吧。 哦，还有动画哎！可这么梦幻是怎么回事？嗯，这样还蛮可怕的。
Father,
come now. You know who sired you.
That doesn't matter now. I miss you and Ma. I miss you
这应
very
该是
much.
在做梦吧？
You'll be fine. We're proud of you.
For what?
不知道为什么跟铁匠老爸的动画画质好像都比较高诶。
Sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch.
带着希望活下去。
Sword. It's just a thing.
剑只是个物品而已。
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
你不想让我战斗？
Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right.
你做了正确的事情。
I have to leave you now.
要离开了。
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
我再见到你吗？
God knows.
谁知道呢？哦，
Make her proud.
为什么只有老爸过来？
Don't go. No.
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn.
睡太熟。
Sir Radzik wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Yobst.
约布斯特开会。
Right. I'll go straight away.
睡太熟了。这衣服好像有点太高级了。
It's just.
就是。
I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden, you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies, and here's me, as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun, and I've never looked good in a habit.
修女。
Get out of here, or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
这个生活好不一样啊。完成。接下来还有任务吗？尾声，这变成我的房间了。我的房间。会面。
Oh, how? Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am.
卡彭。
What about Istvan? I assume
有追到人吗？
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to
没有
know.
追到。
Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
总会抓住他的。
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
My lords, Christ's blessings on
愿
you
主
all.
保佑你们。
And on you, Lord Capon.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Radzig.
It came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a
制
member
度
of
是
my
灯。
council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit.
造访的缘由。
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end.
王国需要一位明君。
Needs a king.
Question is, which king?
谁？
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
嗯哼。
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
走得很近。
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have
天有
changed.
不测风云。
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur. That King Wenceslas,
没
unfortunately,
有天
did
赋，
not inherit his father's
没有
gift
治
for
国理政
government.
的天赋。
Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a
巨大的
great
代价。
deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares
本
only
性。
for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed. But
哦
to，surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But
Oh.
he did surrender power to his brother.
嗯，
When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas has invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
好像有
Actually,
点
it makes sense
疑
when
惑
you。think about it.
疑惑啊，
Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what
享
he
受
was
王
best
室
at, enjoying the
还有
life
这样
of
打
the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
他们政治好
Sigismund's
复
plan
杂，
seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out.
还没有实现。
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation.
加冕仪式，
But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
王冠的傀儡，
Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like
欠揍的毛头小
need
子
of。good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden,
有
the
人
rug
在背
was
后捣乱
pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the
不
cost.
计任何代价。
There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here.
不懂。
The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
打扫残局，
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him.
领主
Otto
罗
von Berghoff,
领主联盟是
Heinrich
谁？
von
The
Rosenberg.
situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are
真
realizing
的吗？
that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Berghoff is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're
什
not
么？
in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses.
好复
I
杂。
have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
什么帮助？
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghoff, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all.
误
There's
会了
been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts, and now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghoff know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, Your Grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like scarlets? We have to put a stop to this senseless war.
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
领主联盟到底
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have
亲
to
自
ask
去
them
打听？
yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Berghoff at his castle and
Poor
we'll see what he
girl.
tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
有点冒
I
险。
doubt Berghoff would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
果然还是要我。
And I'll send Sir John here to Kuttenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
可靠的
When can you
信
set
息。
out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft a letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
所以跟父亲交谈。
Quite so, Margrave.
What exactly am I to write?
交谈。
So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
又要出征了，又要出征了，
I
迫
don't
不
want
及
to
待了。
dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times.
布尔高的
Who
人
knows what can happen along the way?
居心叵
Not to
测，
mention that Bergov is no saint.
更是
Don't
居心
worry.
叵测。
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward
安然
happens.
无恙，时刻
Keep your
保
eyes
持警
peeled and
惕
your。ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing.
两面
but what
派
you see may be quite
波尔
another.
高，
Rest assured, Father.
放心
And
吧。
don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
有那么简单吗？
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land.
最雄
3
伟的
days
城
ride
堡，
from here, so unless you
3
hit a
天的
snag
路
along the
程。
way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
哦，卢森堡家族的
I'm
关
getting a
系，
bit lost in the Luxembourg lineage. It all seems a bit too tangled.
The Luxembourgs have
普天
ruled
之
the
下，
Empire and Bohemia
莫
for
非王
almost
土。
100 years now. Emperor Charles brought this land to prominence. When he was in power, things had never been so good. Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons,
两个儿子
but by different mothers.
同父异母，
Jobst and Prokop are their cousins.
表兄
They
弟，
were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years. And now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another
还有一个
brother,
兄弟
the youngest, John of
戈尔
Görlitz,
利斯
who was most probably poisoned.
被毒害了吗？
They seem like a hot-blooded lot. It's hard to keep up with their affairs, since they tend to change their alliances from one day to the next.
哦，
Who is he really, this
约
Jobst?
布斯特，
The cousin of King Wenceslas? He's the Margrave of Moravia. I admit I don't know what to make of him myself. Until recently, he was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert of the Palatinate against the king. And now suddenly, he's reversed his position. I don't know what led him to do it, and one can't help being suspicious. It's best to keep a watchful eye on him. But he really is the
感觉是很
leader
复
of the
杂的人。
resistance against Sigismund these days. We'll just have to see how it all
静
turns
观
out.
其变。
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little
你
of
认
King
识国王吗？
Wenceslas. You knew him, didn't you? What's he really like?
Well, there's no
酒肉
straightforward
朋
answer
友
to that question. He certainly makes a great hunting and drinking companion, but he can be very fiery and impetuous when things don't go how
什么？
he'd like them. He never had much of a head for high office. He finds it tiresome. But once a man's grasped the scepter,
上山容易
it's
下
hard to
山
let
难
it go again. You can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months. Better a bad but legitimate king than a bloody war over the throne.
哦，普罗科普
Who is this Prokop that Jobst spoke of?
是什么
Jobst's
人？
brother, the king's cousin. He and Jobst warred over Moravian supremacy for years. Then they were allies for a while, betrayed Wenceslas and sided with Rupert of the Palatinate. But after Sigismund abducted Wenceslas, Prokop fomented a revolt against him, and Sigismund had him captured.
嗯哼，
Politics. Make of it what
这
you
就是
will.
政治，
I, for one, can't make head or tail of it most of the time.
摸不着头脑。领主联盟
The
又
League
是
of Lords and that Berghoff we're off to see. Who are they exactly?
The lords of the powerful houses. Heinrich of
强大
Rosenberg,
家族
Otto
领
of
主，
Berghoff, Heinrich of Radetz, and others.
They're unhappy with the way their influence declined after Wenceslas surrounded himself with the lesser orders of nobility. They abducted the king years ago and made him bow to their will.
绑架国王，
They got away with it that time, and now they've joined forces with Sigismund and done it
故技
again.
重施。
But now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way, so they may well be thinking twice. We'll see what Berghoff has to say.
西
I
格
don't
斯
know
蒙
all that
德，
much about Sigismund.
He's the king's younger brother and king
国
of
王的弟
Hungary
弟
in his own right. 7 years ago,
匈
he
牙
led
利
a
之
crusade
王。
against the Turks and was defeated at Nicopolis. Some say it was due to the recklessness of the French knights, most of whom were mercilessly slaughtered. Sigismund is ambitious and
很有野
capable.
心
He
及
might
才
well
干
make a，better ruler than Wenceslas, but he's arrogant, and to our
相当傲慢
misfortune,，brutal.
相当残
Not
忍。
long ago, he himself was held captive by the Hungarian nobility. They dislike him as much as some of the Czech and German noblemen do his brother Wenceslas.
他也被挟持过诶。
Wenceslas
匈牙利
joined
贵族又是
forces
谁
with？ Jobst to liberate him. And now this is how Sigismund repays his brother. There's no doubt about
风
it.
云莫测。
God does move in mysterious ways.
普法尔茨的鲁伯特，
Rupert of the Palatinate. That's a name I hadn't heard before today.
Rupert is the Prince Elector of the Palatinate.
选帝侯
What's
是什
a
么？
Prince Elector?
The Prince Electors are dignitaries of the Holy Roman Empire who have the right to elect the King of the Romans, who would then be crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope.
夺下王
Rupert
位。
took the title for himself with the help of 3 other Prince Electors, even though Wenceslas had already been appointed. Some of the nobility in the empire recognized Rupert's claim, but when he went to Rome to be crowned emperor, it turned into a fiasco. Now he's doing his utmost to get Wenceslas to acknowledge him, but so far without
仍
success.
然没有成功。
So, now we have 2 kings
有
of
两
the
个罗
Romans.
马国王，
Jobst sided with Sigismund for a while, but now he switched allegiance. He seems to do that quite a lot.
觉得有看到有点眼花了。列支敦士登的约翰，
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein. Why is he here?
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian
奥
family
地利
with
家族
estates in Austria and Moravia. Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very
哦
useful.
权宜之计。好，
That's about all.
没事了。
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hanush, and good luck, son.
去汉纳什那里领信。汉纳什，约布斯特伯爵那里取信，跟他拿吗？
I believe we have written it well,
已
gentlemen.
经写好信了。
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now,
不，
but soon I will go to
勃兰登
Brandenburg
堡
and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord,
人
there is
就
one
顾
thing
忌
that
见
gives
事。
me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh,
解释。
please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country,
哦，
and the constant
野
war
蛮
with
的
the
城
Turks has
市，
hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron
铁
hand.
腕君主。
So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
哦，
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does
对
that
啊，为什么
serve?
要这样
But
做？
Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost
失去耐
patience
心
and。took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better.
哦，
The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
所
But
以
in
是
the
因
end,
为
he
这样
didn't
子啊。
have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes
Oh.
sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
完成了，
Then we can be on our way.
出发了。
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter,
不要
listen
激
to the
怒
answer,
波尔高。
and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? No.
真的吗？真
We'll be
的吗
back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
接下来又要出发了吗？哦，拿到了85块钱。祝贺你已经完成了主线剧情。如果你想的话，你可以继续玩支线任务、活动，或者就是在游戏里看风景。你可以在任何时候通过加入汉斯卡彭大人的队伍来通关游戏。哦，所以说通关游戏就是，那我先存个档，应该存个档。接下来就来看一下通关是怎样吧。交谈，
Greetings.
谈好，
What do you need?
怎么突然变脏了？嗯，还不行吗？只先跟他对话。
So, can we set off now, Henry?
出发。
Of course. I can't wait.
So, to horse. The Lord of Berghoff is bound to be waiting us eagerly.
接下来又要骑马吗？跟随卡彭。到达了吗？嗯，这不是野外吗？这不是野外吗？如果以这个方向看的话，大概就是在地图外面了。那个城堡，应该是这样吧。所以跟他对话一下看看。
How about it, Henry? Can we go? Are you ready for this?
当然。
Of course. At last I'll get to see more of the country and have a bit of an outing.
Quite.
交谈完，就这样结束了吗？这算休息完再出发吗？
I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
我们拯救国王。
I'd rather find that horseman who murdered my parents.
目标还是剑。
Get the sword back from him and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I've a feeling you'll get
总有
your
一天
chance one day, and it
会
won't
报
be
仇
long
雪
to
恨
come.
的。
Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
结局了吗？完，主线任务完全结束了，应该是这样吧？其实我一直以为刚刚之前那个跑马灯就是结束了。那我今天就先玩到这边喽。如果有任何想对我说的话，可以在影片下方留言给我。谢谢大家收看，我们下支影片再见，拜拜。